Hi everybody, today I wanted to make a quick talk on the Scifinder search essay talk. I'm going to be talking about UV-Vis methods for determining total tannins in fruits and how you go about searching that on Scifinder. I don't want to get too into detail on the exact Scifinder search. I have that attached, but basically I made sure to refine my search to the last 5 years of publication, and I made sure that the term tannin was specifically highlighted by using search within results, the function on Scifinder. And I ended up finding a paper called Vegetable Tannins Used in the Manufacture of Historic Leathers. And this really stood out to me. It was very interesting. I actually didn't know that tannins, and where the name tannin comes from tanning and its historical practice. So tannins themselves are polyphenolic compounds that can be found in various fruits and vegetables, and they're capable of actually precipitating proteins. In addition to this, they can actually precipitate polysaccharides and even alkaloids. And throughout history, they've been used as a way to prevent animal decay in animal skins. And tannins do this by creating chemical bonds with collagen in the skin, which essentially reinforces it and protects it against bacterial disease and natural decay. Tannins come in 4 different forms. They could either be hydrolyzable, condensed, complex, or fluorotannins. Of these 4 subclasses, complex and fluorotannins are a little bit under the wayside. Complex tannins are just a combination of hydrolyzable and condensed, and fluorotannins are very specific to isolated types of algae. Hydrolyzable tannins, the name itself, it means that it's lyzable in water. They come from, or let me go back, they're consistent of esterified monosaccharide cores, and this is usually any type of glucose that's attached to maybe gallic acid. And when you heat them in acidic aqueous mediums, they hydrolyze to form gallic and E-gallic acids. Condensed tannins originate from flavonoids actually, and they are considered the polymeric proanthocyanins, where a number of hydroxyl groups are esterified with gallic acid. Our research mostly focuses on traditional fruits and vegetables, but tannins throughout history have come from bark, wood, even leaves of different trees. Analyzing tannins, we already know about UV-Vis methods, but there are also colorimetric methods, which are a little bit simpler. If you've done any of the phytochemical screening tests, you'll be very familiar with colorimetric methods. Colorimetry, the basic principle of it is that it's a qualitative method in order to determine whether or not a particular substance is present. In terms of tannins, there are a few different ways to do this. You can do ferric acid tests, acidified vanillin tests, and nitrous acid tests. And these literally, it'll change from one color to another if it's positive, and it won't change color if it's negative. And now when you look at techniques like UV-Vis, FTIR, and carbon-13 NMR, these techniques give you a very concrete answer as to how many or how much tannins are present in your sample. And if we look at UV-Vis, for example, it may be, I guess, more efficient or simpler to measure all the tannins in your sample as a whole. But if you want to look at the different subclasses of tannins, then you have to actually change the wavelength that you're looking in order to match with the specific subgroup, if that makes sense. So basically, different subgroups of tannins will have different wavelengths, and they will have different absorbances accordingly. I hope this gives you a quick little rundown on the history and different ways and techniques that we use to measure tanions. Thank you for your time.